What is leaky gut? Maybe you could be experiencing leaky gut and you wouldn't even know about it. I see people suffering with leaky gut daily in clinic, and usually they have no idea that is the source of a lot of their problems. What is leaky gut? Leaky gut is something naturopaths have been talking about for years. There's even mentions of leaky gut in traditional medicines like traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine. For a long time, Western medicine hasn't really acknowledged leaky gut, but now it's starting to catch up. The new term for it is intestinal permeability, and we can tell what's happening on a microscopic level when we are talking about leaky gut or intestinal permeability issues. What is happening when the gut is leaky is if you can imagine that the gut is one long tube that goes through your body, and on the lining of the tube, the lining of your gut is cells that line up really tightly together along the gut wall. We call these enterocytes. And in a healthy gut, these are quite tight and secure and really having a protective barrier in that gut lining. When there are issues, imbalances, or other disturbances happening in the gut, it can actually make the cells not stick so much, so become less sticky. The glue that holds them together, there's something going wrong there. What causes leaky gut? What causes this glue to stop being so sticky in between the cells? Lots of different things. Stress can have a huge impact. Medications, so antibiotics, antacids, PPIs, so the proton pump inhibitors, lots of different medications can really stop that integrity in the gut wall. Parasites, food sensitivities. Gluten is mentioned a lot, having issues with leaky gut, but the evidence doesn't say for everyone that's gluten is an issue. Other things is food additives, so emulsifiers that are added to food puts such a toxic load on that membrane and can create leaky gut. As you can imagine, when we have leaky gut and the cells are starting to spread apart, it's literally letting toxins, bacteria, food particles, just stuff that shouldn't be passing through your gut wall. And what happens when you have all these foreign particles going through the gut wall, your immune system freaks out because it's detecting foreign molecules that are coming in. And what happens is the immune system will actually respond and attack and create antibodies, will create inflammation and create this massive load on the immune system. So symptoms that people could be experiencing is fatigue, brain fog, bloating and gut issues, plus just really sensitive to different foods can be some of the more obvious symptoms of leaky gut. But what's profound is the research coming out now of chronic conditions that have a strong link to leaky gut. So I'm talking about conditions like autoimmune. Most autoimmune conditions have a connection to leaky gut. And when you think about it, when your gut cell walls are starting to spread apart and foreign particles are coming through and your immune system is starting to kind of rev up its immune system and its defense force, it's going to get a bit confused and a bit dysfunctional and start attacking itself. So when you look at autoimmune conditions like Hashimoto's, where the body is attacking its thyroid, or celiac disease, where the body is starting to attack the small intestine, usually as a response from gluten, a lot of different autoimmune conditions have a link to leaky gut. Other conditions, gut issues. When someone has IBS, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, inflammatory bowel disease, they have a very high prevalence of leaky gut. Other things you might not think could be related, but things like autism, so much research now showing autism and that link to the gut and leaky gut, Alzheimer's, depression, anxiety, If a client comes and sees me in clinic, I'm always questioning leaky gut and what could be going on. Liver issues, non-alcoholic fatty liver issues. And what's happening is when all these toxins are going into the bloodstream, the liver has to detox some of these things. So it's another load on the liver. So it's no surprise that we can start seeing that liver struggle. How do you know if you have leaky gut? I have many clients come in and I'm like, they so have leaky gut, but it's always best to test. And what we do, it's called a mannitol lactulose test. And essentially my clients get sent a kit from the lab. It's got a solution that they ingest, and essentially it's the type of sugar and sugar alcohols. And what happens is when they ingest it, the byproducts of those solutions, or the whole molecules of those solutions, if you have leaky gut, seep through the gaps where they shouldn't be going, and then it gets picked up in the urine. After taking the solution, you collect your urine for a certain amount of time, take a sample of that, and send it back to the labs. And that is the gold standard of picking up if you have leaky gut or not. Another important reason to do the testing for me is to actually see, is it an issue? Because if it isn't, then we don't need to treat it. Another reason is I want to see the degree of damage that there is and the degree of leakiness that's happening, because that will really define on the treatment, on how we proceed. Leaky gut is such an important aspect of people in modern life experiencing health issues, and it's an easy test to do. And when we've got those results, we know what to do, and we can get that gut nice and healed, sealed up, and results are profound.